Hey, what's going on, Set Apart Gardens family? Shalom, shalom. Peace and blessings to everybody. So today, we doing a video. So this is gonna be a special video because we got really one of our day one supporters on YouTube. Just loyal supporters. They become like family to us. They're in the area, so they're visiting. They're gonna come see what we got going on Set Apart Gardens farm and homestead. And we gonna have a good time. They brought some deer meat for us, so we definitely appreciate that. So we just gonna have a good time, man, and we just gonna show y'all, what we do out here on the land, and just how we show our hospitality to the people that love us. You know what I'm saying? So I see y'all in a minute when they get here, and we gonna get it on the road. There you go, y'all. We got Mama Rhoda, we got Top. What's going on? Yes, sir.
Wonderful to see you.
Man, just glad to have y'all out here. What's going on? Good to see you. Thank y'all for coming out. Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir. How you doing today? I got you on the camera.
So proud of you.
Yes, ma'am. Good to see you.
Good
Thank
to
you.
see you too.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all, we got Top. He want to do some chores. He said he want to get accustomed to this farm life, this homestead life, so I'm going to let him feed the animals.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's
So
do this.
first stop, the sheep right there. You see they right where they feed her at, so they hungry. So we got some hay right here. So just grab about 2 of these right here.
Good enough right there?
Yep, that's perfect. All right, we can just walk right over here, and then you go put it in their feeder.
Now, putting it in the feeder, does it have to be broken down?
Oh yeah, you just want to kind of spread it out a little bit for them. Yeah, just like that. Yep, and they know what to do from there. And so now we're gonna give them some alfalfa and corn.
Sounds good.
Yep. So let's go get them some alfalfa and corn.
See, I always wondered what chores were.
Yep.
And this is right down my alley.
Yep. Yes, sir. And so I do this 2 times a day. I feed them in the morning and in the evening. So I got my feeders right here, my bins. So my alfalfa is in this one, so I take
Scuba boat?
Scoop a boat. Right. So you can scoop the alfalfa out of there.
I got it.
Yep. Full scoop. Yes, sir. That's perfect. And I'll get you a scoop of corn with that one. No, it's right here. The corn right here in this bag. That's the chicken feed right there.
Gotcha.
Sorry for all the bags.
See, Top can't follow simple.
No, you doing good. Cause my son, he be done dropped all the feed on the floor. Yep, that's perfect right there. That's fine. Yep. So we got
alfalfa.
Yep, corn and alfalfa, and what this gonna do, because it's breeding season for the sheep. I got my ram in there. So you want to make sure the mothers have all that nutrition for when they carrying the babies.
Okay.
So I got 5 females in there and 1 male.
Now, where might this go?
So that's gonna go at the bottom. You see, they ready for it. You can just spread it on top of that hay at the bottom right there.
All of it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they'll come around and get it. Yeah.
So do they share?
Yeah, they share. Yeah, they share. Yep, and that's perfect right there for them.
Snacking. Y'all ain't messing around.
Yeah, some of them get it on that side, some of them get it on the other side.
Where the ram?
The ram, he has the leather collar on. He's right down there. Yep, he down there eating.
The dominant one.
Yep.
All right.
Cause he gotta get good and healthy too.
Hey, he got work to do.
Cause he gotta protect the man. Yeah, and he got work to do.
I bet he don't sleep like the rest of them sleep.
No, yeah, he's always on alert. So now you gonna keep those same 2, and we gonna feed the chickens and the turkeys.
2?
Yep. So do one of them full and one of them half. Because the turkeys require more feed than the chickens. Yep, that's perfect. Yep. And so I'm gonna just show the subscribers. So I got this hen house reserve right here, y'all. This is the perfect feed for your chickens when you want them to lay eggs. And just when you want them to get bigger, because it's high in protein. You got peas, you got soy, you got corn, you got millet, you got all kinds of grains in it as well. So it's just the perfect feed. It's called Combat Feed, and it's called Hen House Reserve. When you talk about yellow, deep yellow eggs, almost orange color, that's what you get when you get that feed. So here we got Top right here.
First time you can't follow simple instructions.
No, you fine.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
So I'm gonna just open this up right here, and then you can pour it on the ground.
The whole one?
No, just half of that. Half of the black one. Yeah. Yeah. You just spread it out. Yep.
That's a big old rooster.
Yep. He huge. And the other ones, they'll come in. You see, she gonna come in because she see that feed right there. Hold on, let me go. Yep. There she go. Yep, right in there. They coming in feeding time. You can pour a little bit in there for my little chick right here. This is one we actually hatched ourselves. Just pour a little bit in. Yep, that's perfect. Yep.
Good.
Yep, that's perfect. And then this is where we got our egg layers right here. I gotta build a couple more chicken coops because, you know, we plan on getting more chickens this year. But for right now, we just got these and they give us plenty of eggs. And then same thing, you can just pour it on the ground. Pour the rest of that, yep. Yep, and they'll eat that. Then with the turkeys, and then I got so big, we hatched these out ourselves too. Matter of fact, it looked like they still got feed left. So you can pour a little bit of that in there. Yeah, pour it right over the top. Yeah, it'll go right through. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine, because they still got some left in there. Yeah, we just put the rest of that back in the bin.
Is there such a thing called overfeeding?
Not really. Not really. Depending on what animal. Sheep, yeah, you can overfeed them. Goats, you can overfeed them, they'll die. But birds, like turkeys and chickens, you can't really overfeed them.
So they know when to stop.
They know when to stop, yep. And the more and more feed they get, the only bigger they're gonna get. So it's a plus. But like with sheep, I've actually overfed sheep and they've died. Yeah, and goats.
Okay.
You know, because they get what you call bloat.
So oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't want them to get bloat because they got a lot of trapped gas in their stomach and they can't really get it out.
Gotcha.
Unless you got to puncture their stomach and it'll come out. Yeah, so you don't want to overfeed them. Yep, so we just water them and then they'll be good to go.
So now that's twice a day?
Twice a day. Look at my rooster. And he's friendly towards me. He's actually a good rooster, and you put the rest in there. He huge. Matter of fact, hold on, I'll pick him up. I'll pick him up for you.
Yeah. He's huge.
I got you. Hush.
Got you where you didn't get him.
That's how you tame a rooster. See how docile he is? But he'll still protect those hens though. Just pour half of that in there. We'll pour the other half in there for the turkeys. Yeah, that's good right there. That's perfect.
My wife see me doing this and she already wants chickens.
Right. Right. Don't worry about it. I'll keep them in.
She gonna be like, you can do it.
Yeah, so those the chores. Now me and Top, we finna sit down and smoke us a cigar and we finna have a good talk. So I'll catch y'all in a minute.
The reason why I have such great success hunting, because I sit up there and say, Lord, can I get a deer for them other hunters? Because they got nice rifles that they built. And hunting arrows will cause you not to get that deer.
Even you got the nicest rifle.
With the nicest rifle. So that when they come hunting, I can pretty much say, everybody gonna leave with some deer. When people come hunting, it's a policy on my property that we share.
Right.
If one person get a deer, we all got deer.
We all got deer. Right.
You know, so selfish people have came out there and have not been back because they're not invited back. Share.
Because you can accomplish more together than alone.
The folks that come out there, some of them are, the majority of them are veterans. That's the first of all. And they understand that concept. You don't have a problem with it. But then there's some that are not. And then I have to say, okay, hope you had fun.
Right. You ain't welcome back. You ain't welcome
I hope
back.
you had fun. You know, coming back is just not going to happen. You know, so, and I don't have to be mean about it. You know.
So give the people a little bit about your background. How you got into deer hunting and acquiring your property, and just, you know, just your overall experience with just putting meat on the table for your family.
The COVID created more of me being on the property and not wanting to leave. And the hunting started 17 years ago. I was introduced to hunting by a guy that was Air Force.
Okay.
And he had land 3.5 hours from Detroit. So he had a cabin, a pole barn, and his land backed up in the area behind state land. So he took me out and showed me how to hunt, and I was like, okay, I got this. I learned the hard way on how to clean them and process them.
Right.
Your deer, you clean. Your deer, you prepare.
So if you shot it, you got to clean it and prepare it.
They just talk you through it. Yeah.
That's amazing.
And that particular guy, we hunted together for 15 years.
Really?
Unfortunately, he passed away.
Okay.
But I carried that because I didn't hunt on my land. I only had 2.5 acres.
Okay.
So from what he taught me, I was able to finally hunt on my land.
On your 2.5 acres?
On 2.5 acres.
Okay.
Then property open for sale. See, property open for sale, and it was a neighbor that I knew. And his family was going to just let it go back in foreclosure. Wow. So I purchased that house, which was on 2.5 acres.
Okay.
And the family threw in 2.5 acres that he bought from tax sale right next to it with a pond. So that was 5 acres.
Okay. Wow.
Plus my original 2.5.
Gotcha. So 7.5 now.
And at the same month, I got a call saying, you know, the 10 acres next to your 2.5, are you still interested in it? And I said, yeah, but I ain't finna pay an arm and a leg. I said, well,
what y'all talking about?
Yeah. I said, well, tell me cash.
Right.
Here we go again, them blessings. He sold it to me for $17,500.
Ooh.
17,000.
10 acres.
17,500.
Man, come on. If that ain't the most high, I don't know what it is.
It is the most high. Without a doubt.
Wow.
Without a doubt.
Mm.
So now I'm at 17.5 acres.
Mm. Mm.
And fast forward, COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I met my wife.
Mm.
And we ran for the borders. And we went up to the land.
Mm.
And never returned back.
Wow.
Got married.
Mm-hmm. And how did y'all meet? How did you and Mama Rhoda meet?
Oh boy, you
Yeah.
sure you want to put
hey,
that on the?
Man, we
I'm messing with you.
Hey, you know, we gentlemen talking.
It's the funniest thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I've been running from my house to hour and 50 minutes, just say 2 hours, to the land house.
Okay.
So we talking back and forth, back and forth. And I happened to be in Detroit.
Mm.
And my daughter asked me, Dad, while you in town, can you pick the grandbabies up from school? I said, well, I'm around, I can help.
Yeah.
So I goes to pick the kids up from the Montessori school.
Mm.
So I walk into it, and I look at this Montessori teacher, and I said, wow, she's dresses differently.
Yeah. Mm. Modest.
And different.
Right.
And I'm like, So I picked up the kids, and I went back up to the land for 2 weeks. Then I came back to Detroit. I said, let me call her. You're not going to believe this. Her dreams was to be on a homestead.
You don't say.
with chickens, dogs, animals, fish. And I never told her I got a homestead.
Never told her.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but that was her dream.
That was her dream.
Mm.
And so I asked her out.
Mm.
And I took a day and I said, okay, it's a little cold. It's around November.
Okay.
I took her out and never told her I have a homestead that's at 17.5 acres.
Mm.
And I took her up north on a date, showed her the property, walked through the woods.
Walked her through the woods on the first date.
Walked her through the woods.
Oh, man.
And I was like, okay, that's a plus.
Did she know it was yours, or?
Once I got her to the house.
Okay.
Once I got her up north.
Okay.
And it blew my mind when she looks at a deer stand. Two things. It's cold. She has a skirt on with her fringes. And
Hallelujah.
And she goes up this tree stand.
Really?
Sit down and turn around and say, and smiles. And I just got to take a picture. And I said, that's 2 pluses. Right?
You was falling in love.
I was like, woo.
You was like Luther Vandross.
This is beautiful here. Ain't nobody going to believe this.
Yeah.
But this was the kicker. When I knew this just might be the woman, because she got these beautiful qualities,
right,
which was different than every woman I have ever met. We got back from the woods, and we goes into my garage. My garage is like a 3.5 car garage.
Okay.
And she gets to saying, ooh, wow, whoa, And I'm thinking, she's looking at the golf cart or my quads, the ATVs. She looking at a wood burning stove.
Wow. The simple things.
The simple things of life.
Man. Yeah. Yeah, that's a green flag.
And I went, oh yeah, there'll be a second date. Oh yeah, there'll be a second date. I went.
And there was a second date.
And
the third, and the fourth, and the fifth, and hey.
And to death do us part.
Yeah, that's it. Man. Hallelujah, man. Hallelujah.
And wow, the wood burning stove. Seriously?
That's what caught her eye. Out of all of that stuff.
Wood burning stove.
Man, that's a real woman.
You got it.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. See, a lot of and again, I'm not. Yeah, go ahead. I'm not trying to throw no shade on no other woman or nothing like. But I'm just saying. Yeah. A lot of women in these times, they'd have been looking at the stuff.
Right.
They'd have been looking at, oh, he got this amount of acres and he got this house and he got this, how much he making, all this type of stuff. But she looking at the simple things in life. The simple things as far as what actually holds value. And then beyond the wood burning stove, she was looking at you as a man who's able to provide, be self-sufficient, know what he's doing. Man.
2 things from that point on happened. And I knew this sealed the deal. I found out I had prostate cancer. Shortly after all of the going up north. And she was there for me.
Through it all.
She was there for me from the announcement of it to the different methods of trying to beat it, all the way down to the robotic surgery. And I said, this is it.
That's it.
This is it for me. This is her. Right there.
Wow.
And she never went away.
She's still with you.
She's still with me.
Hey, even though your journey down here, you're going everywhere, and she's still with you right there by your side.
If it's all possible, she got it. If it's in my power. And that's how I feel.
Wow.
If it's all possible.
Come on, man. Hey, man.
It doesn't matter. To the moon. You want me to figure out how to get you to the moon? Then I get you to the moon, baby.
You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out, because you was there. You were my helpmeet when I needed a helpmeet. Man, and you don't just find women like that. God has to send them. The Most High has to send them to you.
We went into the natural side of things before operation.
Okay.
She went to canning and reading and trying this and trying that with me. We even came up with a solution where natural stuff held the cancer back.
Really?
But not disappeared. So the minute you stop eating them foods, the cancer numbers or your numbers would go up.
Okay.
And she started preparing it and canning it. And my daughter going to her saying, can you do this and do that? And I had known nothing about canning, and she was canning. In her Montessori school, she taught these kids gardening, cooking, canning, cleaning, how to take care of themselves.
Right.
And it was her school.
Right.
And
man. And okay, I'll let you
real
finish.
impressive.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, real impressive.
That is. And you know what that made me think about? Because let's just be real. We're black people, right? You don't really see that with our people doing stuff like that, teaching our kids that, canning, preparing, gardening, just being self-sufficient, right? Because most of our people, we live in the worst of the worst conditions. You know, we go to the supermarket for everything or the corner store. So to have a woman that's so passionate about it and being set apart and teaching the children that's amazing.
In not the best of neighborhoods in Detroit.
Wow. In Detroit, which is a predominantly black city.
In Detroit.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
And that was her dream. And she done it. Wow. That was the hardest thing for her. And she missed them kids. You move out the city, the virus hit, you move out the city.
Right.
You shut your school down. Now you got this man talking about some give up your school.
Right.
And all I can say, she must really love me. You know what I'm saying? Your dream.
Yeah.
Her dream. She in the middle of her dream. She has achieved. Everything's right. You know. Not when you talking about us as parents and she got your kids, they loved her.
Really? I can imagine.
Oh.
Cause you gotta think, she was showing them something they never seen before.
Oh. That was hard.
Yeah.
I'm talking to give that up.
Right.
She said to me one day, so if I come up north, what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
I said, you gonna take care of me. She didn't have the understanding of being a veteran and disabilities. See, this is all new to her.
And your PTSD and everything like that.
And see, in my case, I got one for you. I don't have PTSD.
You don't have PTSD? Okay. I do.
Well, see, for me, because I like doing things and what they see me do,
right?
They feel, oh, you don't have PTSD.
Yeah.
You know, most of mine is the physical, the beat up of the body, based on occupation.
And the Army would do that to you. The Army would beat up your body.
Artillery, field artillery. Yeah. 20 years and 2 months.
That's a long time.
A lot of backpacking.
Yes.
A lot of field.
Yeah.
A lot of not having the right equipment. But you out there in 30 degree and below weather.
Yeah.
And you ain't coming back.
No.
Till training is over with.
Exactly. Till the mission is done.
So you have to figure it out. It doesn't matter about your injuries. You know. I've been injured for 10 years before I retired.
You see?
Several operations. But I didn't fold.
Right. Kept going. Still ain't fold. You still out there getting it.
Still serving.
Look. Tell the people this deer season. How many deer you got so far?
8 deer this year.
8 deer this season. And the season ain't even over with.
This season will be over 1 January. And the only reason why I took a break was to travel. And a lot of the hunters is upset or not too happy because they want to come on the property and hunt.
Can I come back here?
Yeah, come sit down. Yeah.
But traveling is time.
It is.
Last year, I got max state, which is 12.
Wait, you say max state? Oh, you talking about the deer? Okay.
On the deer.
Yeah.
Deer hunting for me in license and tags was 12.
Right.
I maxed out. The year before, I maxed out. So.
And ain't that a blessing that the Creator is allowing you to get out there and like you said, it's not per se you that's bringing the deer. But the Creator, the Most High, has given you the wisdom and the knowledge and the expertise to be able to go out there and make it happen.
Some mornings it's 0 degrees, 10 degrees, 17 degrees, 20 degrees, all below freezing.
Look, I'm old Southern boy. Hey, that cold, I don't do well.
All below freezing. Now the good thing is, good old Army training.
Got your cold weather gear?
And I wear military gear.
Military grade, yeah.
Or military grade.
Right.
You know, on the civilian side, underneath it, I guarantee you, I got on military long johns. I got on military liners.
Right.
You know.
Man.
So when they look at it and they say, "Oh, he got all the new gear," and I be laughing because underneath it is the same cold weather gear I wore in New York, Fort Drum for training, cold weather training. Same cold weather gear I wore in South Korea for the 2 tours there, and in Europe.
South Korea get cold too.
Oh boy, it
I
get
just
freezing.
got to get my iPad.
Yeah, go do what you gotta do.
But then do the assignments.
Yeah.
They'll beat your body up.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, I sit here now, I don't have my back brace on, it's in the car. My knee brace, oh, trust me. But you learn not to depend on that stuff. And before falling, and I just learned this, certain signs in your knees will let you know, stop. Don't take another stop. Don't take another step. Just stop. Let that level of pain subside before you move to go get your knees. Then it's time to put that stuff on.
Right. But you gotta
me knowing I got disabilities, I had to learn how to work within them.
Right.
And I mess around and found myself often when the pain hit. That all and it shoot down to that knee, and I hit the ground. My wife be screaming. I'd be like, just let this pain subside. Just give me a minute.
Right.
You know. But it took 4.5 months at a VA hospital of physical therapy for me to learn how to work within them disabilities.
Yeah.
For me.
Gotcha.
But I ain't got PTSD.
Yeah.
Cause most people, you hit the ground one time, they ain't gonna be out there hitting it 2, 3, 5 times.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't got that kind of sense.
I ain't got that kind.
You learn how to fall.
Right.
You know,
Right.
You know. So that 4.5 months taught me that when you get to be handicapped, disabilities, senior citizen of age, whether it's 45, 55, 65, it's important to stretch.
Yeah.
And you can't do every kind of stretch. You got to go with what fits your body to your level. And pace yourself, take your time. And it takes patience. It took me 4.5 months to recover. And have the knowledge on how to work with this within my disabilities.
Right.
And I got it down pat. Both of us being there doing stretches on our YouTube channel.
YouTube University.
And I'm telling you, it's what keeps me going. If I don't do them stretches and them exercise, guarantee you'll be back on that ground.
Right.
So I'm getting smarter.
Yeah, and it's a journey. Life is a journey.
Yeah, I'm getting smarter.
Life is a journey, man. All right, so let's get back into the deer hunting, because you know I know a lot of the people online. Well, they go crazy. And there was something, whether it's a deer or a dog, whatever.
Your asses
Yeah,
anyway.
you fine. Whether it's a deer or a dog, they gonna go crazy. But the deer hunting, what's some wisdom to impart on young black males and females, just young black people in general who want to learn how to hunt their own food?
You have to get out there.
Yeah.
You have to get out there. You have to understand that you're going to make some errors. And you're not going to get a deer every time. So
that sounds like fishing.
Exactly. So your hunting area, you need to go out there and prep it.
And prep it.
Certain states don't allow baiting.
Right.
If your state allows baiting, and I'm gonna advise you to actually go by laws.
Go by law. Right.
Don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
And we can talk about that too. I know you got a story about that.
But the baiting, and you can also do food plots.
Yep.
And the best thing I read, it was out of YouTube of Georgia.
Okay.
And that's when he made his own bait. And it was in liquid form. With oats, Kool-Aid, vanilla extract, orange juice, frozen orange juice.
I think I saw that one. I think I saw that video.
And
was it a black guy?
Black guy.
Yeah, I saw that video, yeah.
And when you make that, because we only been a no baiting state in Michigan for 2 years. So prior to that was baiting. So that, and you still got to do a certain thing in that.
Yeah.
But I did it, and I made it off the YouTube. And I poured it in an area away from my stands, but in my shooting lanes.
Okay.
Deer came back to that spot
over and over
for 2 years.
Wow.
You scrape it 2 to 4 inches down and pour it, cover it back up. The deers dug a hole. For 2 years they came back to that same spot.
Oh man.
And in the area of baiting, if hunting starts in September, 2 months earlier, don't take them a whole bunch out there, because they'll stand there all night long and eat it. You be spending bigger bucks. You take them one of them 5-gallon buckets or half for 2 months. Take it out there every 3 to 5 days and just go.
Yeah.
And if you want to cheat,
cheat.
I call it cheat.
Yeah.
Because you take an axe or a hatchet and everything you dump out there. If it's sugar beets,
chop it up.
If it's apples, you are not only that, you stretching your bait. Take it out there, split it, the smell and the odor get out, plus it's in the ground. When hunting season comes,
they right there.
Deer are creatures of habit.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a deer. Might not be that buck you want,
but it'll be a deer.
You can't eat the horns.
Say that again. Hold on. Whoa. We gotta stop. That's wisdom. Say that again.
You cannot eat them horns over
man,
there.
Come on, man. Because this is the thing that I'm learning, and I'm a beginner. You know what I mean? By no means that I'm an expert or nothing like that. But when you start researching deer hunting and stuff like that, you see a lot of trophy hunters, right? And they want to get that 6 point, that 8 point buck. But like you said, you can't eat the horns.
You can't eat the horns.
The same meat that come off a doe, come off a buck. It'll feel you just the same.
Not only that you can't eat the horns, you have to understand something. If you took them horns, that head and that fur, and you took it to the taxidermy and you say, create me a mount.
Right.
That ain't cheap.
You done did it before.
Yeah. I have an 8 point buck head on the wall. I've taken at least 8 deer furs and had them tanned where I take and I lay them over furniture.
Yeah.
I lay them at the foot of the bed. I give them to the grandbabies to lay on and play with. At least 8 in Michigan at $150 a fur.
Yeah. And you just now getting to the point where you're trying to learn how to do it yourself, right?
I've done 2. I've done 2 furs 2 different ways. I did one with alum powder, which is a baking powder.
Gotcha.
I did, and I learned this off of YouTube. And I've done one the old native way, where each animal has enough brain matter to tan his own fur.
Really?
So I took the brain matter of a deer, and I tanned that fur.
So how do you prepare the brain matter?
You mix water with it into a paste, and you put it over it.
Okay.
After you scrape that deer skin.
Okay.
And you let that set for an amount of days. But when you do it the brain matter way, you were supposed to smoke that fur.
Oh, you got to smoke it. Gotcha.
And I did not do that. So both furs came out. What they say, display pretty. But the back of the furs are not pliable like leather.
Got you.
See, when the taxidermy does it, it's pliable like leather, where you can take and make some out of the furs.
And let me say this, because we've been in the RV with the deer hide, and that deer hide, man, it's so beautiful. It's like you buy it out of the store. When I was feeling on that deer hide,
that's the $150.
Yeah, I said, man, that's some good pliable deer hide.
You can take that furs that's in the campers and make you a coat, jacket, whatever, vest. And I'm talking about put them on a sewing machine and sew it. You know, pattern, sew, make anything you want, purse or whatever. That's the level I gotta learn.
Okay.
See, mine are great that I done. One of them's 8 years and the other one's probably 6 years old. They make beautiful wall displays.
Gotcha.
But they're not pliable enough. So,
gotcha.
I must
learn. And see, the thing is, you gotta learn it. You know what I mean? Because us as black people, our ancestors did this. They knew it. But somewhere down the line, you know, we can go into history and all that stuff, but to keep things short, somewhere along the lines, we lost the knowledge that we had, right? So now, YouTube, a lot of other platforms are teaching us how to get back to that way of life. And there's nothing wrong if you say, I don't know, right? Because you see, I got some goat. You see them goat skulls I got right there?
Yes.
I learned that from you. You said you take the head and you bury it in the ground for a couple months. And then you can take it right on that. And then boom, now you got the skulls that you can do whatever you want with.
That, or tie a string on them.
Yeah.
And put them in the running river or lake. If you got a canal go by your house.
See?
And know them crabs.
Yeah, they'll eat it off.
They eat all that fur and the matter and they clean it out like a whistle.
And let me show y'all that. Hold on, let me go grab one. I'll show it to you.
I got 4 heads I'm working on. And I didn't see them when I walked by earlier.
Yeah. See, I did this. This is 2 goats I did recently. Y'all see these skulls right here I got? Now this one, of course, a little more beat up, but look at that. That's beautiful.
Now, there's a whitener out there.
Yeah.
That whitens this so pretty. Now, my goal, I'm closer to my goal of doing skulls than doing furs.
I got you.
And I got 4 skulls I'm working on right now.
Mm-hmm.
One's a 5-pointer, one's a 7-pointer.
Okay.
And the other 2 I found in the woods.
Okay.
And I just got to clean them up.
I got you.
So mine still got skin and fur on it. But there's a whitener that actually comes from a beauty supply store that you wash these in, and then whiten it. It bleaches them. You're pretty white. So I'm gonna use this one for example.
Yeah.
So once you get it cleaned up, you take it and you get you a piece of wood. Form the wood in any shape you want. A shield, a heart, a square, a triangle. Lacquer the wood and mount it on the wood. You just done your own European taxidermy force skull. And it's pretty.
Man.
You can do the imagine the shape like a shield.
Yeah.
And then put it in the middle.
Right. Oh,
if
man.
you want to put a plate at the bottom,
Right.
put a plate at the bottom. The date.
Yeah.
Or the year that you got that deer. And you done your own. It's like a plaque. That's all it is, a plaque with a skull on it. This is nice.
Yeah.
And they gonna lose something.
Yeah, of course.
You know, they gonna lose something.
But you know what? You know what the most important part is saying I was able to harvest this, because first and foremost it provided meat to my family, but it's also a trophy to me to remind me just how, you know, we as humans, that we can, you know what I'm saying, provide for ourselves. We can be self-sufficient. And it's just a reminder, right?
Now, it's funny you should use that word, because I hear you using that word a lot.
What's that?
Self-sufficient is so
yes, sir.
important.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
and, you know, the preservatives, the stuff that we are allergic to, the chemicals we put in our body, you have got to care about you.
You do.
At some point, at some time, you really have to, and you don't have to. I don't mean to be forceful, but if you love you, you will start researching them foods you bring in your home.
Oh man.
What was put in them foods, and what to change diet-wise, because if you change your diet, you'll find out your whole attitude and your energy level goes
sky high.
All that fast food and the preservatives, we don't do them. You know, 80% of our meal is deer.
Wow.
Prepared every way.
Yeah, every way you can imagine.
You can imagine.
Wow.
And I even got, you know, shish kebab recipe, Philly cheesesteak recipe, burger recipe, meat recipe. And I've just experimented. If it doesn't turn out like I thought it would, eat it anyway.
That's it. Because guess what? You know where it come from. And even if it ain't prepared the way you like it, it's good for you.
Next time, change what you added to for seasoning. But for that time, I don't believe in wasting food and throwing away food. I don't believe in leaving food on. You shouldn't put it on your plate.
There you go. There you go. Not for because you got to think. See, only in recent times are we able to throw away food. Back in the days, whatever they called is what they ate.
Life, this new wave life, in these McDonald's and fast foods. I fell under that also at one time.
Right.
You know, and I still believe that's why I had prostate cancer. from all them preservatives,
Yeah.
fast foods, hot dogs.
Yeah. Those foods that you like to eat so much.
I ain't gonna go there.
Look, Hot Pockets, TV dinners, noodles, all of it. And it's funny that you brought that up because very recently, me and my wife have been getting into looking at the ingredients. As far as, because this is the thing, right? I'm not gonna tell people, especially people who don't got 5 acres, that don't got 27 acres, right? I'm not gonna tell you not to go to a grocery store and get your food. But what I will tell you is when you go to the grocery store to get your food, pay attention to the ingredients. Try to get the best that you could possibly get for your dollar.
True.
Yeah.
And for folks that don't have the acreage, you do have the space.
Right.
Because a couple little buckets in 5 gallons can grow you 1 or 2 tomato plants.
Right.
Green beans.
That's it. You better say it.
Lettuce.
You better say it.
Tomatoes. Bell peppers.
Potatoes.
That's a funny story. I got a funny story about potatoes. First of all, I'm going to admit, the gardener is my wife.
Yeah. I already know.
The gardener is my wife.
Right.
However, good old YouTube, we decided to plant some potatoes. So we're learning. So we got these, I'm going to say, 20-gallon planters. And we put dirt in them, and we mix the dirt with straw. We mix the dirt with straw. And then we learn that if you take a potato, you know when it get them little knots on it, and you cut, not the knot off, but a part of the potato.
Yeah.
Put it in the sun.
Yeah.
Let it get a crust around it.
Yeah.
You can plant them in that dirt. And they create a potato.
Yeah.
We were blown away because that was a successful year. When we mixed half straw and half dirt. As time went by and that straw and broke down, where it was a heavier dirt, it produced less potatoes.
Okay.
So we learning that the potatoes they like it where you don't have to fight with the dirt to grow.
Yeah.
And every year you need to do straw and dirt.
Yeah.
Not put them back in there
in the same.
They can't get around.
Yeah.
That's one, and that's just white and red potatoes. Now, sweet potatoes. Let me tell you about sweet potatoes.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
We took some sweet potato slips. We created an area in the garden, and we put them sweet potato slips in the ground. And when it came harvest time, I was digging all under the tomatoes, because it's a vine.
Yeah, it's a vine.
And they go a great distance.
They do.
And deep. That dirt in the ground was so hard. We didn't prepare
it
enough. You need to prepare an area for just your sweet potatoes. And you need to dig it deep. And if all possible, again, mix it with some of that straw.
Right.
So now I got this hard dirt, and and I'm following vines.
Right.
Digging up sweet potatoes. That was success. It was success.
It was a success, but yeah.
It was work.
It
was work.
Okay.
You know, but I'm going to say again, the gardener is my wife, because when she came on board, bless her heart, she looked at that 20 foot by, what was it? 20 by 20, I'm gonna say, or 20 by 40 foot garden. There was nothing but a weed bed when she came on board.
Okay.
Cause I've been
yeah, dumping, burying deer and animal and all type of stuff.
my baby is the pond.
I got you. Oh, okay.
You see?
I got you.
So before she came on board, I've been working on the pond for 5-6 years.
Okay. And I want to hear about that process too, but keep going with this story.
You know, so first of all, we decided to extend it.
Okay.
So it's now 40 by 50 feet.
Okay. The garden?
The garden.
Gotcha.
The fence wasn't but 4 feet tall. And we knew the deer would just jump in there and eat our stuff up.
Yeah.
So had to get some lots of help. This 40 by 50 garden has an 8-foot fence.
Okay.
2 rows of 4. Yeah. So 4-foot fencing. And buddy, I'm talking the use of a tractor. I've learned to use tools. Machines. Not tools that I gotta dig or I'm gonna be back on the ground hurt. I had to go out and buy to work on my homestead. I had to go find me a tractor that had a post hole digger for an attachment. Okay. Separate. Okay. A bucket. A pull behind lawnmower and a road grader / tiller.
So let me ask you, because again, I don't got no I need a tractor, but I don't got no tractor out here. You could buy a tractor with a post hole digger on it.
No, it's an attachment.
An attachment, and it'll dig the post.
Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah.
That fence right there.
Yeah.
And this, cause we finna finish this fence right here. Guess what? We gotta dig those holes ourselves manually with the post hole digger. And when I tell you that's some work, that is some work.
Can I say physical therapy?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
No. That's where I've been.
Oh, okay.
At a certain point in time in your life, what you used to do,
yeah,
and you can be in all the great shape you want.
Can I have my gun?
Not right now.
You're gonna find out that I hurt after them so many poles.
Right.
My pond got 54 poles in it. Had to go in.
All the time.
Wow.
Hey, don't get the gun.
Are y'all going to?
And you know I had to pay somebody for help.
Please don't make us.
Okay. All right. Well, come out here and play. We doing a video.
Okay. It's just that I know.
Okay, you can get your gun tomorrow. We'll come and shoot tomorrow. He got a little 22 long rifle. He love it.
I know he do.
What's
Yeah.
he mad for?
So whenever I need a hold of.
But we're not the same age. I'm 7 and she's 4.
Okay, that's fine. But again, grown people are talking.
So when I need to dig a hole, I don't just take the rear part of the tractor off to dig one hole. I go with a list.
You said you go with a what?
A list.
Okay.
And I count how many holes and I go mark throughout the whole, all my land.
That's smart.
So that when I dig that one, I'm digging every one I need for that season.
Yeah, I got you.
As best I can.
I got you.
And because switching them over is not that difficult. Because when you're done with the post hole digger, you dig a hole and leave it standing. Okay. So all you do is back up to it. You see what I'm saying? Right. Not try to lift it up, because you're going to need help lifting it up, because it's heavy. It's heavy duty. Yeah. So you learn how to kind of start working smart. 54 poles for the pound. You know, but I'm going to get up.
You got it fenced in.
And it had to have fenced in for safety of trespassers mainly.
Right.
You know. And campers. You know, because I'm gonna stay on track.
And look, we
didn't switch to the pond.
Yeah.
Gardening.
Right.
Man, I avoided gardening. My wife got me in gardening, and I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
It's therapeutic.
All them years of that 20, I tried growing something, and then it was all weeds, and then I gave it
Left
up.
it alone.
So by the time I met her, I had already been there 5-6 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I avoided gardening.
Mm.
Oh, I love it.
Love it.
Man, we leave the garden. We leave the garden full.
Mm-hmm.
We in there eating raw green beans. We are in there just, the vegetables sometimes don't make it to the house.
Really?
Before we eat.
For y'all eat it up.
Just
And
rinse them off.
that's the most healthy thing for you.
I found out that all that garden foods, especially the kale,
Mm-hmm.
even though it has that tart taste or bludgeon taste, it's really good for you. That's our lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
Our lettuce is kale on a sandwich.
Mm.
So you talking kale, deer bologna, your own tomatoes, your own pickles or cucumbers.
Right. And y'all do y'all own pickle.
Can you put me up there with DJ?
Hold on. Not right now.
So we learned quite a bit, and my wife really knew quite a bit.
Let me sit with you.
She was the teacher. She was the teacher.
Wow.
And I just kind of fell in love with gardening, but the pond was my thing.
And the last video.
When I seen
that
that green thumb she has,
Yeah.
I got the chocolate.
unbelievable.
Oh, let me see what DJ did.
You know, our garden was. Be careful.
Uh-oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Our garden was so beautiful that we never had visitors back there where I land at. That we had visitors on Saturdays and Sundays. When folks ain't got nothing to do, they coming by the house on golf carts, ATVs. And I'd be like, honey, we ain't never had no visitors back here. I've been here, you know, at that time, 7 years, something like that.
Yeah.
I said, they don't even know I exist back here. And that garden of my wife's, most people say of ours, I'm giving her the credit. Because she was the gifted one.
Right.
You know, who brought that to the homestead. And speaking of to the homestead, she the one told me I'm a homesteader. I thought I was just going up north to my place.
Right.
And then going back to Detroit. I ain't know nothing about homestead, and I had a pond. You know.
And what kind of fish you stock your pond with?
Oh, now you're going to get me started now.
You know what? We going to say that for another video. We're going to say that for...
Hey, gonna stick to the garden.
In the comments, if you want me and Top to do a video about the pond, comment down in the comment section below. We'll talk about it. Because I'm going to tell you, this man right here is full of wisdom. He's taught me just a lot. You know what I mean? I ain't even going to say taught me. He's blessed me with a wealth of information. You know what I mean? And see, this is what's needed for our people. And really, this is the purpose of Set Apart Gardens.
Everybody just knew this 40 by 50 foot garden was going to get invaded by the groundhogs and the squirrels and the other animals. Because we don't have our fence dug in.
Gotcha.
We just got it to dirt level. That's because we learned some stuff. Again, YouTube.
YouTube.
We learned that if you want to spend money, you can go get that deer and other animal repellent and spray it around the outside of the fence.
And keep them away.
And that's just a portion of what you do.
Yeah.
Second of all, human urine.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, hold on. Wait before you go into that, because I want to tell a quick story.
Give me a reference.
Because before we moved here, we lived in Virginia. And we kept chickens in Virginia. We had a garden in Virginia. That's when I first started. And we had predators, raccoons, possums, you know, wild dogs, whatever the case may be. And I learned this from, shout out to Lead Farmer 73. Yeah, I love his YouTube channel. He taught me about human urine. Because when they smell the scent of a human, they're not going to want to come close to it. So I'll put that around my chicken coop, around my garden. It'll keep those pests away. It'll keep those predators away.
And no, it don't stink.
No, it don't.
You don't smell it.
And it's not nasty. And hey, if you a man, because you know, man, we can stand up and pee. And, you know, I don't want to be graphic, but you know, you can stand. Hey, just go out there and just do your little business right there. And guess what? Because animals sense through their nose. They'll be able to smell that and say, oh no, I'm not going near that. Because it's humans.
What DJ did? She let all the baby puppies out.
Okay. He let them out. He better not have let them puppies out. DJ! Get from over there. But human urine, yes sir. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No. That's good. That's good.
So you don't love me?
If you plant, and I'm talking 40 by 50 for us, garden.
Yeah.
If you space it out and you plant garlic, you know them little clovers.
Mm-hmm.
Break them up. They'll still grow.
And plant the garlic out there.
Plant the garlic on the outside or the inside of that thing. All the way around. Give it some space. It don't have to be like this. It can be 1 foot, 2 feet. The garlic will grow.
Can you tie my shoe, please?
And marigolds. That flower. Go 1 or 2 feet.
Marigolds.
All the way around. So now you got this shield.
Yeah. Natural shield. You ain't got to use pesticides and all that stuff, what you buy from the store, because all that's going to do is end up harming your plants in the process. It's natural ways to do it.
And the last item, cayenne.
Oh, I knew you was about to say that. I knew you was about to say
cayenne
that.
pepper.
That cayenne, oh man. That cayenne pepper will do it.
You just break it up, make you a spray solution, and I'll put it in them bottles. Blend it so fine.
Right.
And
You
pump
want
the bottle
everybody-
and just go spray it all the way around.
Move, girl. Move.
Okay.
You do not have to worry.
Yeah.
The animals are going to not dig under the fence,
Yeah.
and they're not now. Like some people say, do you have to do it every year? A lot of that stuff do regrow back. The urine and the cayenne pepper, you're gonna have to do that again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the only reason why I got the spray, that's a deer repellent and a rabbit repellent. I only got that because at one time in Michigan, the Kmart's were going out of sale. I mean, going out of business.
Okay.
So when they were going out of business, that's one item that definitely ain't gonna sell in the city. So I was getting it for little to nothing.
Yeah.
Than 1 gallon jugs with the pump on.
And see, I'm glad you brought, and this is gonna be the last point before we end the video, because we're gonna do another video, because it's information overload, right? But it's funny that you say that, doing things affordably, because you can find it. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna give you some hacks. I'm gonna give y'all some hacks about how I do stuff, right? As far as buying a lamb, goat, whatever the case may be, turkeys, just stuff to butcher for my family. Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, stores that are going out of business. You even got big box stores like Ollie's that sell stuff for cheap. And I don't know if y'all got Ollie's where y'all at, but we have an Ollie's here, right? And then you also got landowners or farmers who are selling their stuff, or selling their land, or whatever the case may be, and they're trying to get rid of everything, right? And you can just go, hey, you know, they're trying to get rid of a goat herd, or they're trying to get rid of this or that, this kind of equipment. Because when it comes to farming, when it comes to homesteading and being on the land, you pretty much got to build everything yourself, right? To establish yourself. And when you go into a Lowe's or a Home Depot, that's going to cost you money to buy that wood. But guess what? You can go on Facebook Marketplace, you can go on Craigslist, somebody giving away that type of wood for free. And all you got to do is build your own based off of that. Now, it might take a little bit more elbow grease, as they say in the Army, a little more work, but you're getting it for next to nothing. You're getting it for next to nothing. So there are definitely ways to alleviate offsetting, well, not to alleviate, but to offset the cost as far as a lot of this stuff. It don't take a lot of money to do it. It just take the brain power. Like you said, you disabled. So you think how to work smarter, not harder.
You're gonna hurt yourself if you don't.
You're gonna hurt yourself if you don't. And guess what? Everybody don't got a lot of money. A lot of us don't got a lot of money. But guess what? This all the money you need right here in your mind. This is what creates money. This is what creates resources, is your mind. So put that to use.
I kick back a lot and I think about better ways to do things. Especially with disabilities.
Right.
Now, remember, and I'm going to say again, I don't have PTSD. But yet, my mind will not allow me to rest until I figure out how to do something.
Right.
I'll be up half the night saying, it's got to be a way.
There's got to be a way.
And then I start researching. You know, it ain't that I have all this time in the world. It's just that I want it done. And I have to figure this out for my particular situation. And I never fooled. Never have.
Never have.
Never gave up.
Man, that's power. Oh, Top, you giving them too much. You're giving them too much information. But it's good. And you giving me a lot. Because one thing I've learned is that, like you said, there's got to be a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way.
And I might be a little selfish. But if he can do it, why can't I?
That's it.
If you look around, military-wise, you got folks seriously with disabilities, limbs missing, in wheelchairs, playing basketball, hunting, with these disabilities. Right?
Look, I'm gonna give you a perfect example, right?
One arm with hunting.
We've all seen Forrest Gump. We've all seen Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Dan. Oh man, I love some Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan lost both of his legs. Guess what he was still out there doing? Working. He was still making a way. Right? And my uncle always say this, right? He always tell us this when we was young. He said, boy, if you had a brain, you'd be dangerous. And he used to be messing with us because, we young, we foolish and stuff. But he always told us, boy, if you had a brain, you'd be dangerous. Because this is the thing. Your mind is what's going to allow you to figure out ways. That's why we have in America today. Because of the minds, the brilliant minds of people, right? Who figured out a way out of nowhere. Think about this, right? Top, think about this. Our people, the plan when the Europeans came and took our people from Africa, from Spain, from a lot of places where they were, expelled. The plan was to never let us get out of slavery. Slavery was supposed to be perpetual. It was supposed to be forever, right? But guess what? The minds of the slaves said, I can't live in these conditions forever. My descendants can't live in this forever, so we have to figure out a way so they can be free. So they can have their slice of the American pie, right? And they did that. Whether it was through non-violence, whether it was through violence, whether it was through whatever, right? All of it helped. So me and you can sit here today. I own a home, I own land, you own a home, you own land. Because this is the thing. At one point in time, black people weren't allowed to own land. And I'll tell y'all a quick story. I've told this story. But my ancestors, right? are from Georgia. They're from close to Augusta area, and I have a 5-time great grandfather. He was a German slave owner. I have my 5-time great grandfather is a German slave owner. His son married his slaves and had children, which is my great grandmother, great grandmother, right? And so when he died, he wanted to leave his land to his children who were biracial. But what happened? At that time, black folks weren't allowed to own land. So that land was taken from my family, from the Ku Klux Klan, right? Never to be returned to them ever again, right? But this is the thing. That's how it was in those days. But now in 2023 or whatever year it is, right? I'm able to buy land, right? That my ancestors lost, even though they knew how to work the land. But I'm able to have my own land, even though they died as slaves, they died as black people who weren't allowed to own land. I'm their representative who is allowed to own land. And I'm making them proud, right? They're not rolling over in their graves thinking, man, he dishonored me. No, I'm honoring my ancestors. So I say all that to say is, although it once was, it is no longer because of the power of the brain and the will to say there's gotta be a way.
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be a way. And there is a way. And now it is the way. So now that I'm in the way, I have to figure out, okay, how can I maximize what I have? How can I do what I can do, even if it's only 5 acres, even if it's only 20 acres? There's a way, there's a will to provide for my family. So when you have that type of mentality, if we all just had that type of mentality as black people, right, or Hebrews, right, whatever you want to call us, Negroes, Hebrews, whatever, if we all had that mentality, just imagine where we would be if we just only thought there has to be a way. They tell you black people will never get reparations. There has to be a way. They tell you racism will never die. There has to be a way. They tell you just only going to be the bottom of the barrel forever. There has to be a way to alleviate all of that. And like this man just imparted wisdom on me and you all to have the mindset that there has to be a way. And where there's a will, there is a way. And that's all I got.
When I started out, it was, my daddy had 2.5 acres of land. Mm-hmm. Just so he don't have to pay for a campground. Mm-hmm. And he brought family, tents. Eventually he bought a pop-up camp for family.
Right.
So 5 years before I retired from the Army, I looked at that on a home visit for 30 days, and I bought my first 2.5 acres next to his 2.5 acres. He bought in an area where we were charged triple than what the land was worth. But you know what my daddy told me? He told me, he said, you got to look at it this way. This is an hour and 45 minutes, 50 minutes from Detroit. It's better than them long drives, 3.5, 4 hours away. And it's yours.
It's yours.
So we wind up getting 2.5 acres land contract.
Right.
$160 a month for 10 years. 6% interest. So if you look at and you do the math over them 10 years and you pay it all the way out like we do to 10 years, you've paid $20,000 for 2.5 acres. So you had folks saying, oh, y'all crazy.
Right.
Right? But it's ours. Well, at least as long as you pay the taxes.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know what I'm saying? But it's ours.
Yeah.
So that was the start. So that 2.5, and then I'm a son of a Detroit policeman who passed away. But that 2.5 opened the doors. He did. He did. It ain't what I did.
Yeah, that's what he did.
He did. He taught me camping, fishing, he didn't take us hunting. He probably knew I ain't need a gun in my hand. He was so young.
Yeah,
you know.
at that time. Yeah.
But he opened the doors. I followed. Then I enhanced. So that 2.5 acre plot of land that we do nothing but camping, but it had water where you can get in the boat and go to the main lake from his land, and 2.5 I bought. I took his idea, because he started it, and I moved that campground to where it's sitting on 2.5 acres, surrounded by his land. 27 total, count his, 30. 27.5, count his, 30. Camping is now on the new property, and we have the biggest group, 75 people. And campers, tents, pull behinds, trailers, you name it. You know your house gonna have a few.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have the ones you look out there and the weather's cold and you're like, ooh, the youngest camper ain't but 3 months, 8 months old. Let's get them in the house, in one of the bedrooms. Or the 80-year-olds, my favorite. They gonna camp out, they tough, you know.
Yeah.
But let's get them in the house and take care of the elders. So the oldest person we had out there is 90.
Wow.
And camping. And again, you buy them tools for your disability that also fit the elders.
That's it.
You use your go-kart. Excuse me. You use your golf carts.
Yeah.
And you use that as a tool.
Right.
And you go ride them 80, 90-year-olds around camping, where everybody else walking through the woods. Trails were created.
Right.
So the elders can enjoy it too. Do not forget about the elders.
Don't.
Because you're gonna get old.
Keep on look. Like my grandma always said, keep on living. Keep on living.
While you forgetting about these elders that keep forgetting what you told them, you can bet one thing: you gonna reap what you sow, because you're gonna get old too. Don't leave them elders behind, because they paved
the way. And you know what they say.
And understand that.
And you know what they say. The young man, he got the strength, and he got everything, the physical ability, but the elder knows the way. So you got the will, but the elder got the knowledge.
Right.
Man, don't get me out here preaching tonight. Don't do that to me.
I started out they saying that I was crazy.
Right.
That's all you talk about, what you gonna do one day up north. You live in the city. But you crazy, because all you think about is land, fishing, hunting, and one day you're going to have your own place up north, and you're going to leave this city stuff alone. And without a doubt, I love Detroit. And that's home, born and raised.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a true Detroiter.
Yeah.
You know, however, I'm a homesteader now.
Yeah.
And I find peace, because when you get old, you need to find somewhere to sit your butt down.
Yeah. Hey, so many words.
You in your 20s, you act like a 20-year-old. In your 30s, you should act like a 30-year-old. In your 40s, you act. And you get in your 50s, you know, you just stop.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Teach somebody something that's willing to learn. You can't force them. But if you don't put it in front of them, then they don't know what a choice is.
That's it.
Hunting, fishing, gardening, growing your own, processing the animals.
That's it.
Taking care of the animals. You start a child with that little cup, with a plant and a seed, or just a seed, and watch him or her nurture it into growth. And then you go out there and you put it in the ground and say, let's go check your plant today. You see?
Man.
Crawl, walk, then let them run.
But you got to teach them how to crawl and walk.
Crawl is slow and patience.
Yeah.
Walk it through, still a patience. Then you let them run and kick back like I do and say, let me see, did they get it? And then they might like gardening. Then they may not run off from your homestead.
Yeah.
Crawl, walk, run. Every child is gifted. Each one is gifted differently. So in the midst of everything you do, just watch them and study them and say, that one like art and drawing.
Right.
For Christmas. And if you don't do it on Christmas, if you like me, immediately go get them some coloring books and some numbers. And you know, you see that gift.
Yeah.
Help them.
Yeah.
So you can sit back and say, well done, I
That's
done
it.
done.
Well done. And with that, we gonna leave y'all. Cause me and Top, we finna go get on this grill. We finna grill us some deer meat. We finna enjoy the rest of our festivities. And we just gonna do what we gotta do. But I appreciate you, Top, for just blessing me with your presence. Truly. You know what I mean? I really appreciate it. You know, and your wisdom. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure everybody online.
Oh, excuse me.
There we go. No, you fine. You fine. But I really appreciate you blessing me with your presence and your wisdom. And I'm pretty sure everybody online and who's watching, because this video is gonna go out to people all over the world. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And they're gonna be able to hear your words, my words. Even if we've long gone from this earth, they're gonna be able to hear the wisdom that remains. So I just want to say I appreciate you for everything. And with that, like I always like to say, if you give somebody the power to feed you, you give them the power to start. Peace.
Bombs over Baghdad really ain't that bad. Little wiretap, yes, yes. Little dodge in the IRS. Little Haven.